All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's time once again for your favorite weekly activity, the ASBA Advocacy Live Update. I know it's your favorite activity because no one really watches it live. They all watch it later, but that's fine. But to get started, today we're going to talk about teacher walkouts, teacher pay, all that stuff. But first, we have one piece of legislative business to get to, and Gabe is going to let us know about that.
All righty. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Gabe.
Hi. So the bill we're going to talk about today is HB 2205, and that has to do with membership on a JTED governing board. Basically, the bill was going to prohibit anybody that's involved in a JTED that is a CTE teacher from serving on the governing board, but they could be appointed. This week, the governor vetoed the bill, and he stated that the reason that the bill was vetoed was because it would treat those board members different from regular governing board members.
Yeah, so we'll be looking for that one to maybe come back before the session's over in a different form. That's always a possibility, but for now, that one is no longer with us. So that being said, I don't know if you heard, there was a thing that happened yesterday, last night. So Lee is going to tell us about the latest news on Red for Ed.
Yeah, so just in case you guys have been, living under rocks, there was a vote last night, 8 p.m., for teachers to walk out. There was 57,000 employees statewide voted, and about 78% of them voted to walk out. So they're going to keep it cool Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hope for maybe some movement with the legislature, some compromises there, and if not, there will be a date set for Thursday, April 27th, to walk out. ASBA has prepared a webpage for members to help them if a work stoppage should occur. It has a lot of resources with kind of sample emails for your community and things like that. It's located at azsba.org/employee work stoppage resources, and I'll be sending out that link in our daily email today, and it was in the email yesterday as well. You can find it there. We really regret any work stoppage that might occur, but we respect the right of teachers to have their voices heard. We know this is a really important issue, and we are dedicated to helping our members manage this as smoothly as possible. So our council and our school attorneys have been communicating on the issue. Please consult with them if you have any further questions, or of course we're always here too, and we will keep you posted with anything that develops. Yeah,
could be interesting times in school districts next week, so stay tuned, consult with your attorneys, and stay tuned, like Lee said. So all of this, of course, leads us to the actual substance of the walkout, which is teacher and staff pay. The governor, as we talked about last week, has proposed a plan that would raise teacher salaries by 20%, really over the 17 level by 2020. And I say 17 because it includes the 1% from last year in the 20. So it's really actually 19% from 18 to 2020. But we figured out this week that it will apply. The plan is to apply to teachers who got the 1% raise last year. So if your staff who received a 1% raise last year is still with you, then they would get the, or actually that's not even accurate. The same classification of staff who got the 1% raise last year would qualify for the raise this year. So ASBA, ASBO, and ASA, as you probably heard, we are consulting with the governor to ensure the plan is implementable by school districts. The governor, wants to give every district enough money to raise their teacher salaries for existing teachers by 9% over the fiscal 18 level. So like I said, last year's 1% plus 9% equals 10. That's how they're doing the math. So his plan includes placing the 1% from last year in the base and increasing another 9% for FY19 for a total of 10, followed by a 5% increase in 2020 and a 5% increase in 2021. In FY22, 2022 and beyond, the schools would continue to receive funding in the base level as well as through the Classroom Site Fund when the $64 million additional deposit picks up for that money. And at that time, they could adjust their salary schedules, do whatever they want. It's free, unrestricted money at that time. And then you just have it in your base level and Classroom Site Fund distribution to do with as you please as a governing board. So he's also committed to continuing funding district additional assistance at $100 million and the standard inflation adjustment on top of those numbers. So like we said last week, is a significant funding increase over fiscal year 18 to school districts here. There's been a lot of talk out there about funding sources and other unfunded priorities as a result of this plan. We're sensitive to that. Budget negotiations with the legislature are ongoing, and exactly what is in and what is out sort of changes as they go through this negotiating deal. So you hear a lot of stuff out there about what's in, what's out. The one thing we have been assured is that there are no changes to access eligibility for this, meaning that they're not going to kick anybody off of Medicaid to make this happen. The access money that's out there is in what they call caseload savings, which is people who have not shown up for services, meaning there's a surplus in the budget. So that's where that access money is in large part. So there is no sort of Medicaid eligibility change to pay for the plan. Other than that, everything is under discussion. Further information obviously will be provided today in ASBA's Friday update, as well as continuing going forward. So if you're not subscribed to those, you can subscribe at azsba.org as always, and send us any questions you might have at the Advocacy email address, which is in all the updates. So that is pretty much it. That's what we know for today, which is more than we knew yesterday, and probably less than we'll know on Monday. But that's how the world works. So for Gabe and Lee, we're going to head into the weekend. Well, actually, it's 3 o'clock, so in 2 hours we'll head into the weekend. You get your money's worth, don't worry. And we will see you next week. Take care. Look at the newest iPhone design. Fits in the palm of your hand. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me now? Baxter! Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. Yeah, it's a little chunky. Service is terrible, dude.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.